I lost 46,000 euros in less than 5 months. I was 66 years old. I could not see 35 years of my hard work. That's what Peter told me. That day I could not understand the price of it. He didn't lose his money in bars. He didn't gamble. He didn't party. Hello. I am your retired friend Adam from Southeast Asia. Today I will tell you the story of Peter from the Netherlands, who came to Nong Khai dreaming of a quiet retirement, and left with almost nothing. Peter in the Netherlands worked as an electrical technician for 35 years. He had 50,000 euros in savings. He was receiving a monthly pension of 1,300 euros. He retired at the age of 66, by the Mekong River. He was planning to build a peaceful life. He wanted to escape the cold Amsterdam winters. In a warm climate, he dreamed of a cheap life. He returned with 4,000 euros. 35 years of work were gone. Even the most ordinary daily habits can turn into a trap. Even the places that look safest can be dangerous. It can happen to all of us. Even an experienced man like Peter was deceived. 35 years of hard work melted away in a few months. If you think this can't happen to you, listen carefully. My name is Peter. I am 66 years old. All my life I worked very hard. As an electrical technician, I spent 35 years. I had a regular life. Near Amsterdam, I was living alone. I had a small apartment. My days were actually very routine. All my life I never had a relationship as serious as that one again. I waited for a second chance, but it never came. Until the age of 66, I stayed single. Every month regularly, I was able to save a little money. When I retired, in the bank, I had only 50,000 euros in savings, and a monthly pension of 1,300 euros. By Dutch standards, I was a middle-class retiree. In the Netherlands, living costs are very high. The weather is always cold. In the winter months, the sun never shows up. It made me feel depressed. Loneliness was the biggest problem. In the evenings, I was sitting in front of the television. There was no color in my life. I wanted to live better. I did research on the internet. I read expat forums. I watched YouTube videos. Thailand caught my interest a lot. Life was very cheap. The weather was always warm and sunny. People were smiling. Places like Pattaya. I did not want chaotic places. Bangkok was too crowded. The calmness of Nong Khai appealed to me. The nature of the Mekong was very beautiful. On the Laos border, it looked like a peaceful city. This place was exactly what I was looking for. But I did not know yet. This calm place was already setting the trap. In March of 2024, I moved to Nong Khai, in the city center. I rented a nice house. It was close to the Mekong River. The rent was 15,000 baht per month, about 400 euros, 1/5 of the price in the Netherlands. Every morning at 7, I woke up by the Mekong. I took a 1-hour walk. For daily shopping, I always went to the same market. It was 5 minutes from my home. It was a small place, but it had everything. Every morning, at the same cashier, I saw the same face. It was a young girl named Malay. Every day from her village, she came by motorcycle, from a village 15 kilometers away. In the first days, I only said kop kum kop. It means thank you. She smiled and nodded her head. She understood that I spoke English. Shyly, she said hello. Then short conversation started. She asked, "How are you?" I answered, "Fine, thank you." Smiles, small gestures. Sometimes in the market, she offered tea. I talked about the Netherlands. I told her about Amsterdam. "Netherlands very cold?" she asked. "Yes, very cold," I said. "Thailand better?" she asked. "Yes, much better," I said. At that time I was completely unaware of the family structure behind this quiet girl. Weeks passed. Our conversations got longer. When the market was quiet, we talked more. "Peter, English teacher," she started to say. I liked it very much. "Teacher Peter." "How old are you?" she asked. 66 years old, I said. "Wow, you look young," she said. That smiling face was very beautiful. I told my life, my job in the Netherlands, my retirement. why I came to Thailand. She talked about her village. Mother, father, brothers and sisters. A farmer family. They grow rice. My family very poor, she said one day. But we happy, she said. That sentence affected me a lot. She was a modest girl. On the weekends we started meeting. By the river we were walking. We were discovering small restaurants. Teacher Peter liked Thai food, she asked. Yes, very delicious, I said. She was happy. One day she invited me to her village. Everything felt very natural. We were not in a rush. Slowly we were getting closer. They were good days. 2 months passed like this, and that was exactly when I let my guard down. It was the end of May. The temperature had increased. Everything was going well. Right at this point, the first problem started. One Monday morning, Melly came to work sad. Her eyes were red. She looked like she had been crying. What's wrong? I asked. At first she did not say anything. Then she started to tell. She talked about her father. My father have problems, she said. His motorcycle broken, she said. Cannot go work, she said. Her father works in construction. Every day he goes by motorcycle. An old Honda Wave, 15 years old. The engine had broken. Repair was very expensive. They needed to buy a new engine. They had to take a loan. The bank wanted 35,000 baht. About 1,000 euros. For me it was not crazy money. It was close to my 1-month pension, but we had known each other only 2 months. Wasn't it too early? A voice inside me was saying stop. Family very poor, said Malay. Father cannot work, no money. She said. She started crying. The family was in financial trouble. In the village neighbors were talking. There was pressure. I thought about what would happen if I did not help. I did not want to see her sad. For such a small amount of money, I did not want our relationship to be damaged. I gave the money. The next day I made a bank transfer. I sent 35,000 baht. Malay was very happy. Her eyes filled with tears. Thank you so much, Teacher Peter. She said. She kissed my hand. I was very affected. My family very happy. She said, Father go work now. She said, everything would be okay. But the next thing she asked for was something I was not ready to hear. 1 week later a completely different topic came up. Teacher Peter, she said. We talk serious, she said. She wanted to talk seriously. It was time to meet the family. If we thinking serious, she said. Village have tradition, she said. She talked about sin sod, the traditional Thai marriage gift. Money the man gives to the woman's family. It is a sign of respect. It protects the family's honor. They asked for 135,000 baht, about 3,500 euros, but not pay all together, she said. Not in one time. It could be paid in parts. This was a normal tradition. I had researched on the internet. It was part of Thai culture. I accepted. That night, I talked with other foreigners in the village. We met at Cafe River. There was an Englishman named John. There was an American named Frank. Both were retired. What I heard made me uneasy, but now it was too late. I had given my word. I could not go back. While I was thinking about all this, Mei Li came with a new problem. Teacher Peter, she said. She looked very sad. My mother sick, she said. Her mother had a health problem, heart condition. She could not breathe well. Her chest was hurting. They needed to go to the hospital. Doctors say need many tests, she said. EKG blood test, X-ray, she said. There were examinations. There were medicines. There were transportation costs. She did not give a clear amount. Very expensive medicine, she said. Family no have money, she said. She asked for small amounts, 5,000 baht, then 8,000 baht, then 3,000 baht. Every time she said the same thing. Last time, Teacher Peter, she said. After this no more, she said. But it did not end. I made bank transfers. I withdrew cash from the ATM. I gave it, always last time. But never-ending requests. She always said emergency. She always said urgent. Around the market, I was hearing similar stories. Other foreigners, the Forangs, were also complaining. They were living the same things. same excuses, same emergencies. That was the moment I realized this was not happening only to me. When she asked for big money the third time, I felt that this was not a coincidence. At the beginning of August, the last big request came. Teacher Peter. She said, Mali, my brother have chance, she said. Her brother was accepted to university, but they had no tuition money, no dormitory money, no money for books. She wanted 70,000 baht. This was too much. Now I started asking questions. Which university exactly, I asked. What subject, I asked. When does it start, I asked. She gave vague answers. Engineering something, she said. Start next month, she said. She did not make eye contact. Something was wrong. I asked detailed questions. I asked for the university address. I asked to see acceptance documents. There were always excuses. Documents at home, she said. Show you later, she said. Documents at home, she said. Show you later, she said. Very urgent now, she said. This time I did not give the money. I need to see documents first, I said. She was very upset. She cried. I talked to the market owner, Somchai. I learned the truth. Malay family not poor, he said. They have rice field, he said. They have money, he said. Her brother not go university, he said. He work in Bangkok, he said. Construction job, he said. She do this before, he said. Other Farang also, he said. Same story, always, he said. I was shocked. Everything was a lie. The plan was ready from the beginning. It was a professional operation. The next day I confronted Malay. Is your brother really going to university? I asked. Is your mother really sick? I asked. At first she denied. Why you not believe me, she said. I tell truth, always, she said. Then she became silent. She did not answer. She avoided eye contact. How many other foreign men, I asked. How much money from others, I asked. This time she did not answer at all. She started crying. She ran away. The next day she did not answer my calls. She did not reply to my line messages. She did not come to the market. They were trying to pressure me. They were threatening me. That night I knew I had to leave. Or something very bad could happen. I could not stay in Nong Khai. It was no longer safe. I went back home shaking, and I finally did what I had been avoiding. I sat down and did the math. When I saw the numbers, I was shocked. Most of my savings were gone, but the real money went little by little. The cash I gave, the transfers, paying off debts. When I added everything up, I had actually lost 46,000 euros. I only had 4,000 euros left. I felt ashamed. I felt stupid and completely alone. With this money I had to return to the Netherlands. My plane ticket was 800 euros. With the rest, I had to survive for a while, with a monthly pension of 1,300 euros. A difficult life was waiting for me. What was my biggest mistake? I trusted too fast. I did not notice the total of small amounts. Every time she said last time. Every time she said urgent. Every time I believed. I ignored the warnings of other expats. John and Frank had warned me. Be careful, mate, they said. Same story everywhere, they said. I did not listen. That was my biggest mistake, ignoring the warnings. So friends, Peter's story ends here. And this is how a quiet retirement dream turned into a financial nightmare. 35 years of hard work melted away in a few months. At 66 years old, he had to start from zero. This story shows us this. Danger is not always in bars. Sometimes it starts at a market cashier. In a smile you see every day. Even the most ordinary places can be traps. Even the most innocent ones can act with a plan. Mally looked very natural. She looked very sincere. But actually, she was a very experienced scammer. These people are professional. They know your psychology very well. They know which buttons to push. They know the weak points of lonely men. My advice to you is this: do not rush. Do not trust immediately. Ask questions. Research. Listen to the experiences of other expats. If they warn you, listen. Do not ignore it. Think before giving money. Small amounts also add up. They never say last time for real. It is never the last time. Not every story that seems calm is innocent. Even the places that look safest can be dangerous. Even a market cashier can be a trap. Even daily routines can be planned. These stories are not only in Thailand, all over Southeast Asia. Same stories, same tactics, same results. These stories are real. These people are real. There are thousands of people like Peter. New ones are added every day. It can happen to you too. Be careful. Stay alert. Think twice before giving money. Think 3 times. Southeast Asia is a beautiful place. A peaceful retirement is possible. But if you are not careful, they can turn heaven into hell. Remember, the biggest danger comes from where you least expect it.